Japan-Korea in turmoil after Trump's 25% tariff on imported cars. Shockwaves shake the global auto industry. The global automotive industry is on the brink of a major crisis as U.S. President Donald Trump enforces a massive 25% tariff on imported vehicles. This move has sent shockwaves across financial markets, with stocks of Toyota, Honda, Nissan, Hyundai, and Kia plummeting overnight. Consumers, manufacturers, and governments alike are grappling with the immediate and long-term consequences of this protectionist policy. This video will break down the full impact of these tariffs, including why Japan and Korea are the primary targets, the stock market fallout, supply chain disruptions, potential political retaliation, and the wider global trade implications. Buckle up, because this is going to be a wild ride. This tariff, justified under Section 232 of the Trade Expansion Act, claims that imported cars pose a national security threat. Effective date, April 3rd, just days away, giving automakers zero time to adjust. No exemptions. This applies to all imported cars and key auto parts. Trade war strategy. This echoes previous maximum pressure policies used against China and Europe. However, many experts question the legitimacy of the security claim, arguing that this is an economic move disguised as a defense measure. Given the strong U.S. alliances with Japan and Korea, the real motive seems to be protecting domestic automakers like Ford and GM rather than ensuring national security. This move is part of Trump's larger America First policy, which prioritizes U.S. industries over global trade relations. Critics argue that such a high tariff could backfire by damaging international relations and raising vehicle prices for American consumers. Many have drawn comparisons to Trump's previous tariff wars with China, which led to billions in losses for both economies. Another key aspect to consider is the political implications within the U.S. itself. With elections on the horizon, this move could be aimed at appealing to American workers in the manufacturing and automotive sectors, particularly in swing states like Michigan and Ohio. However, if costs rise and job losses occur due to retaliatory measures, the political gamble may not pay off. Japan and South Korea have become the epicenter of this trade war. And here's why. 1. U.S. dependence on Japanese-Korean cars. Over 60% of Toyota's U.S.-bound cars are produced in Japan. Hyundai and Kia hold a significant 10% plus share of the U.S. auto market. Nissan and Honda are among the top-selling brands in America, making this tariff a direct attack on these companies. True. Stock market chaos. Tokyo and Seoul stock exchanges went into turmoil as automotive stocks nosedived. Toyota, 3.8%, Honda, 3.5%, Nissan, 4.1%, Hyundai, 3.2%, Kia, 3.0%. Investors fear that this could trigger a long-term decline in these companies' profits. Impact on jobs manufacturing. Thousands of jobs in Japan-Korea's auto industry are now at risk. Japanese-Korean companies may have to cut production or shift focus to non-US markets. This trade war is not just about cars, it's about the broader economic and diplomatic landscape. Japan and South Korea are key US allies, and these tariffs could strain relationships that have been built over decades. If tensions escalate, this could impact military cooperation, economic agreements, and trade deals in other sectors as well. Stock market declines. Toyota, 3.8%, Honda, 3.5%, Nissan, 4.1%, Hyundai, 3.2%, Kia, 3.0%. Investor panic. Major shareholders rushed to sell stocks fearing long-term losses. Credit downgrades. Looming. Rating agencies are warning of potential downgrades for these companies. Industry analysts predict that if this tariff remains in place for over 6 months, it could result in a 15 to 20% decline in automotive exports from Japan and Korea to the US. This would not only hurt manufacturers, but also impact global supply chains. The global auto industry relies on interconnected supply chains, where car parts cross multiple borders before final assembly. Here's how the tariffs will wreak havoc. Higher manufacturing costs. Automakers in America rely on imported parts, which are now subject to tariffs. Rising car prices. The extra costs will be passed on to consumers, making new cars significantly more expensive. US. Job losses. Ironically, Auto industry jobs in America may suffer as production slows down. The immediate financial impact has been brutal.